Hello and welcome to another video from Ready Game Roll. Today we have something very special. A copy of Nemesis Lockdown by Awaken Realms. As you can probably tell from the footage, it's a big game. It's a very, very big, quite heavy game. I'd show you the box that it arrived in, but I don't have that sort of space. Like, this box alone takes up about just over half the table's width. So, it's big. But yeah. So, I'm not going to show you what's on the other side of the box. Just because lifting it up, turning it over, ball ache. But I will obviously be taking the lid off for you. With my beverage there. There we go. So, again, there's a few bits of character art. As always, the artwork for this game is incredible. It's also quite a nice interior. I know it's not a huge detail, but it's nice that it's not just boring grey cardboard. Like, you know, they could have easily just gone, yep, cool, it's the inside of the box, no one cares. Yeah, it's quite nice to have a box that's, you know, fun, and obviously the box opening experience for this is quite nice. As much as I'm not a fan of this shape sort of rulebook, you know, it basically fits the shape of the box rather than being like a standard A4 rulebook, which I would have preferred, I think, even if it was double the thickness. Like, that's not awful. I've seen worse rulebooks in board games. Yeah, there's definitely worse out there. But yeah, you are greeted quite nicely with, you know, your rule book and some cover art. You're also actually given some rules references for the rooms and some rule summaries for things like you know, intruder attacks and combat movement, a lot of the sort of FAQ stuff. And then we've got cardboard. So instead of the alien nest board, in this you've got a laboratory board, where you'd put your alien eggs, and based on what character you're playing, you'd have a starting knowledge. So I think it's the survivor and the lab rat start with 3 knowledge, because they are survivors of the Nemesis. Because this is, I forgot to mention that this is a standalone expansion to the original Nemesis board game that came out, I want to say 2019. Like, it came out on, you know, full retail. So yeah, it follows on the story of that, you know, the Nemesis, you know, the survivors, and probably a few extras, alien extras, have been brought to a Mars research base, and that's where we are now. and naturally, in true survival horror fashion, the base has gone to shit. But yeah, your laboratory board with all that, and you will notice that it's quite, easy to punch out. I will say this is the second time I'm filming it, so there are a few things that have been taken out of their cellophane, mostly the decks, but things like this, are quite good. But even that, that's no effort at all to get out of the punch board, which is a good sign, because it just means that the laser cutting that they would have done to get that, get these made is really good, which isn't always the case for every board game. Some of these you'll find bits can snag on the edges, especially on long bits like here and here. The case with what's it called? Let's see if I can see it. Core Space. The tokens in that aren't the highest quality cardboard, and I'd say 90% of the punch board in that is great. But the other 10%, you'd probably want like a hobby knife, just something sharp and pointy, to you get your your stuff out. Something, probably something like this to sort out the niggly bits. Whereas obviously with this, not so much. Obviously, I'm going to have to hurry this up now because my phone's telling me I'm running out of battery. You've got character boards for each of your characters, as well as room boards. Yeah, like, I'm not even trying to punch these out, and they're just falling out. It's not even hard, which is nice. So, that's the sentry character. And the hacker, yeah, that's just not happening. I don't think that's not going back in. Also, you've got your room exploration tokens with a few new symbols, like this one is new. I think these are new. So a few different new mechanics going on. More new tokens, including electricity and your contingencies, which are sort of like AI agendas. So the corporation that owns this place is coming in to clear things out, and depending on what their contingency is, depends on if anyone else dies. You've got your elevator or lift if you're British, and a few extra rooms. More rooms and some dials for your alien health and a rover. One nice thing about this is you've got these dials which original Nemesis didn't have, and these tokens, which I'm not quite sure what they're for, but original Nemesis had you track things with cubes, and if you were tracking something like a queen, you just had a lot of cubes just scattered around the queen, and the board game board. As you can probably tell, it's big. I'm not unfolding that. Like, some point I'll probably put this game out, set it up, and take some photos for Instagram. Obviously, follow @ReadyAimRoll for that. Eventually, you get a bag and your scanner thing that I somewhat idly tossed aside, and you get a baggies. I love baggies. I love it when board games come with extra baggies. And you get a really nice storage system for all your stuff. Because one of my major gripes about Nemesis, the base original game, is there wasn't really any specific place to put things, whereas here, you know, everything's quite neatly laid out. You'd probably be quite easy just giving everything a home and not having to worry about it. Not having to worry about things getting mixed up, which is nice. You've got your player boards, player card holders. These are always quite nice quality. They're plastic, but they are on the plasticky, cheapy looking side, but like they hold cards. They don't need to be, you know, expensive. They're just, you know, nice enough. I imagine a quick Null wash over these wouldn't be too bad. Like, it wouldn't do any harm, I don't think. Bring out some of the detail. And obviously we've got minis. Like I say, phone is running out of battery, so I'm going to go through this quite quick. I won't show off everything, but you got this guy. Sort of your larvae type thing. Spooky. Your survivors, so yeah. So your player characters rather. So there's things like the xenobiologist. Sorry about this. I'm having to remove this light off for a bit. That's better. That's gonna hopefully do a little bit more. You've got your xenobiologist. I don't know what you are. I don't know what are you? Like the sentry, I would say. You've got a hacker, which is here. That's your lab rat with a huge gun. Quickly bring you up. Huge gun and a blindfold for some reason. The janitor with a sort of power washing hose, and I think just aesthetically, my favourite mini, the Survivor. I'm gonna make her look like she's been through hell, because given that character type is the Survivor, probably has. And you also get a few of the early stage Gribblies. So this guy, spooky raptor-like claw thing. And yeah, I think these guys would really work well for Tyranid models, like Proximers, I don't know, like Hormagaunts or something. But I guess they're maybe a little bit big for them. But some sort of Tyranids, I think the Nemesis models would be great for. Try to get this out. So we now have another tray that is more minis. So you've got your breeders, some adults. So you get 2 of each sculpt for the adults. 2, 2, and 2. 2 breeders and your queen. I'll quickly get the queen out because sort of one of the attractions for this game. I think this mini's a bit overdone, a bit over-designed. Like, I don't not like it, it's still a cool mini, but can't quite tell what's going on with this end. Whether it's like sliced off tail or if it's coming out of the ground or what have you. And I wouldn't have put this thing next to the face, I would have had it coming out here, but that's just me. Still, cool mini. Gonna be nice to put some paint on. Yeah, just try and get in. I think that's fine. And then, obviously, you've got some cards. Like I say, this is the second time filming this, so some of these have been removed from their sleeves. So you've got items and some character item cards. Not just for these, for the new characters, but there's a few for somewhere anyway. There's a few cards for the old stuff, which is nice. Yeah. Alright.
Are you on something?
No. Just recording stuff.
Alright, sorry.
That's alright. But yeah. Nice.
Edit me out.
Hmm?
You edit me out.
Yeah, that's alright. Editing's hard. Anyway, I need to get these sleeved. I actually went out earlier and completely forgot to take one of these with me. So, I'm an idiot. But yeah, a lot of this is exactly the same as Nemesis, the original. So, it's not difficult. There we go. And you've got your other cards, so more stuff, your action cards for these guys. But like I say, I'm gonna sleeve. It's just finding the right sleeves for the decks. Just for completeness sake, you've got your event decks, your objectives, and wounds, and your player aids. So, plenty of content for plenty of money. Let's be honest, this is not a cheap game. Like, I got this. I think both this base game and the stretch goals are not a bad price. So, yeah. So yeah, if you do like seeing random people on the internet unboxing things, we do this fairly, I won't say frequently because we don't upload frequently, that would be a lie, but from time to time we upload the odd video of some sort of silliness, ranging from me talking about tabletop games to, I know he hasn't played it in a while, but you know, the odd bit of Apex or whatever not tabletop, video game madness Roan is up to with his buddies. That sometimes gets put on the channel. And also D&D, which I heard somewhere, just off the grapevine, that D&D's coming back. It's being recorded this Saturday, I hear. I hear that because I'm obviously in it, so, you know. I don't know when that will be going up, but it's being recorded, so get hyped for that. That'll be a good time. And as for what other content we've got going on, just whatever strikes our fancy, basically. As I slowly but surely put everything back on top just for the sake of a nice closing shot. So yeah, if you did enjoy this, do subscribe and stick around. We've got a Discord server, so if that's something you're interested in, do give that a look in. There's quite a few of us now. There's a good 50 or so members now, which, given that we're only a channel of 28 subscribers, 29 subscribers, that's quite impressive. So yeah, if that interests you, go check that out. We also have social media, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, all at Ready Aim Roll. Just look for the channel logo and you'll be set. Apart from that, that's it. So this will obviously be going out whenever I manage to upload it. I won't be editing it because editing is a nightmare, and yeah, this video is not the worst I've done, so yeah, thank you for watching, and I will almost definitely catch you for another unboxing or some other nerdy randomness. Take care of yourselves, and goodbye.